Hi, I'm Mike Crab.
And I'm Laurie Schultz. Welcome to the show.
We'll have some caffeinated conversation.
And maybe some special guests along the way.
Who knows where the conversation will go? You're out for coffee with Mike and Laurie. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode. I'm going to say that again because I stuttered on another. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Out for Coffee
with Mike and Laurie.
Hi, Laurie.
Hi, Mikey.
How you doing?
I'm all right. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good, girl. You know it. What's new? You're not back at school.
I am not. I'm at home.
Playing hooky.
Playing hooky for a year.
So far, you're off to a good start?
I am off to a good start. You know, that very first day of school was really strange.
Where you didn't have to do anything.
Yeah. Like Labor Day Monday, when I'm normally all tied up in knots.
Yeah.
I was not tied up in knots. I was tied up in martinis.
Oh, good. Oh, well, I'm glad that's the way to be. That sounds like a really nice change.
Well, I sent everyone that I work with a little, have a nice life. No, have a nice year. Have a good start to the year and have a great year.
And they're like, oh, the one time I thought I was going to get away with not having to deal with her. There you are.
I am, Michael, I never go away. I am like herpes.
I was going to say, which one are we picking with this one? I knew it was coming.
You know, when you least expect it, flare up.
Oh, there she is.
Well, Schultz flare up. Just like herpes.
Just like it.
Oh my God.
Well, let's start. Have a little morning, little cheers to herpes.
Welcome
today.
To the show, everyone.
So tell me, what did you miss most about not getting to go to school this year?
I miss the kids for sure. Yeah. I miss that kind of that buzz of the first day of school and everybody trying to find their lockers and trying to find their classes and checking in. And I miss my colleagues.
Yeah. Sure. Oh, I'm sure they miss you too. I know that the back to school time is a mix of emotions for a lot of people. A lot of my friends had their kids go off to their first year of school. Alyssa, for example, her daughter just went off to her first year, and it's just like, it's so exciting to see them still excited, or not still excited. She is excited to be able to go off to school. And it's just, I don't know, it's very sweet. And I love seeing when the kids get excited to go.
Well, you know, Emily, my niece who lives with me.
Yeah.
She has gone up to Thunder Bay.
Yeah.
To Lakehead University. So she's gone quite a ways. So she's got a first day of school, like all those jitters and a brand new beginning for her. And her sister, the Mare Bear, just started high school.
Oh, so big new chapter.
New chapter for her too.
Oh, so, well, that's nice.
New beginnings for everyone.
Well, I'll tell you, I never really loved going to school. I went to school for the social aspect of things.
You've mentioned this before, yes.
I don't go to school to learn. I go to
kids will learn.
Go to get distracted and hang out in the cafeteria and do the assemblies and all that stuff. So I get excited to see. So my work is across the street from a high school, from your high school, and it's just like such an energy around the area. We do have a couple schools around us, but it's so quiet downtown in those areas during the summer, and then suddenly all the parking spots are taken up and there's people everywhere. But it's just nice to see people out and about again. It was just sad that there wasn't a chance that I was necessarily going to bump into you, though.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, you know where I live.
I do.
You're going to get a glass of wine faster at my house than you would in my classroom.
Well, that's good to know. And you probably already have your pumpkins out. It would be for a couple weeks now, right?
Oh, they're on the porch. I was going to mention that. They're already there. They're waiting.
They haven't hit rotting phase 1 just yet.
No. And these ones are huge.
They're big pumpkins, eh?
I didn't even know if I was going to get them out of the car. They're massive.
Hey, guys.
Hi, Rob.
How are you doing?
Good.
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I'm just listening and I'm thinking, I'm wondering if we've got somebody who might not have heard earlier episodes, and might wonder or benefit from an explanation as to why Laurie is not allowed to go back to school this year. Just in case they think there's some kind of
she's been fired. They're like
legal
good point, Rob. Thank you.
There's no there's no kind of tell us
I'm
a little
vaccinated.
bit about like why you're not back at school, Laurie.
Oh yeah, just so in case anybody thinks that I've been terminated, I have not. Not yet. Anyway, no, I decided to take this year off as a leave. So I'm actually going back to school myself and doing a few things that are not teaching related this year. So I'm kind of living the non-school dream, yet in school. So instead of marking essays, now I have to write them.
Oh,
that's kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
When I realized, I looked at my course outline there I have a course that's starting on Tuesday. Actually, I have 2 courses that are starting on Tuesday. Psychopathic Minds.
Of course.
And Cults and Terrorism.
And you're not teaching the classes.
I'm not teaching them. And I'm not actually the exhibit A either.
The tables are turned a little. You are gone back to being a student now instead of a teacher.
Yeah. So I was like, what? When I saw the fact that I had to write an essay. I'm like, oh.
But technically, I guess you would have had a back to school then.
Well, my course doesn't start till Tuesday, so
you can have a back to school,
I guess, but it's all online, so it's just like back to the keyboard.
You just take a selfie and post it up there for us. Show us your first day back to school outfit.
Yeah,
pajamas.
I will. Maybe I will. First day of year feels like a year 142.
So Laurie, when you're obviously an educated, smart person, did you do well in high school? You would have done quite well, I'm sure.
I did very well.
Yeah.
In high school, I did.
What did you excel in?
Usually, well, the right brain stuff, not so much in the left brain stuff. Like not math was my worst. I think I've mentioned that before. That arithmetic, no, thank you.
Nah.
But English, big time.
Yeah.
Actually, can I brag for 1 second?
Okay, take the
just
floor.
For 1 second. I got 100% in my English media class.
Hey, 100%. That's good.
Yeah. And then ended up teaching English media, which I thought was kind of a neat.
Do you think that's what sparked it in you when you're like, I'm an expert, I'm doing that?
I didn't choose to teach it. It was given to me to teach.
So it all just fell into place.
It's like the way the universe worked that year. I was like, but I know what I'm doing because I had 100%. Actually, it was such a fun course in high school. I loved it so much. It is one of the things that inspired me to go into radio when I did, and to write commercials, what I used to do back then. And it was a different time. So some of the things we were allowed to do assignment wise was a lot different than what we're allowed to do today.
I feel like I have questions, but I also feel like it's something you don't want to answer.
Well, some of the content in some of the commercials that I wrote for this class would not fly today.
No.
Let's just say I wrote a commercial for a certain dysfunction that sometimes happens to half of the population.
Okay. It sounds like a really hard topic.
It's a very hard topic.
Yeah. Okay.
But there are really no hard and fast rules either about how it's applied.
Gotcha.
So my commercial was hilarious.
Right.
And
just wouldn't fly nowadays.
No, it would not. So I'm actually really glad I went to school when I did, because I think these days I would be stifled.
Oh. You needed to use your voice when you could.
I need an outlet, damn it.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Well, yeah, so it was a good course. I really, really liked it. So the Englishes were, and the art was my thing.
Visual arts.
But also I did well in drama class.
I can see that.
The extracurriculars was my thing though too.
Right. Like what? What extracurriculars?
All the music stuff.
Okay. Like band or singing or both?
Choir.
Okay.
Choir. And actually my high school had a rock band that was an extracurricular activity.
Oh,
And both my brother and I were in it, and
yeah.
Susie
Oh, yeah, Susie.
and her husband Jay. Susie
Yeah.
was called back to when we had our best buddies on. Mike had his friend Alyssa, and I had my friend Susie.
Yeah.
So Susie was in it, and her husband Jay was in it, and my brother was in it. And we actually had 15 or so members of the band at that point.
In one rock band.
In one rock band. And the cool thing about this band, if I may take this in a different direction for 1 second,
Okay.
this band was called Crossroads.
Okay.
And it was, headed up by Sharon Laux, who was the teacher, who was, like the faculty advisor for the band.
Right.
We had so many different musical interests in that group. Like with 15 people, everybody had different styles that they liked.
Okay.
So we covered everything from like Green Day to the Rankins
All right.
to Reba McEntire and some country music.
But no Cher.
No Cher.
There wasn't a Cher lover in the group.
Like, drop the Cher. It's never going to happen.
We'll bond over Cher one day. It'll happen somehow.
But even the classics, like, Down on the Corner, CCR.
Yeah. Okay. Down on the corner.
Yeah.
Down in the rain.
And, some Sass Jordan and
Right.
some Alanis Morissette, like everything was covered.
So they must have had a different singer and stuff switched throughout. Like it
We
wasn't always
all-
one person.
Right. We all had the opportunity to take the lead.
Okay.
And like there was tons of harmonies, and there was like somebody played the trumpet, and there was just a lot of fun.
Sounds like a blast.
It was great.
And it sounds like a really great way to step outside your musical comfort zone. Like if everyone else is on board to do something else and maybe it's not something you would normally participate in, now you're a part of it and it expands your repertoire. And
Yeah. Like we took a Rankin Family tune, which is not necessarily, you wouldn't think a bunch of high school kids are going to be playing a Rankin Family tune, but we turned it into a rock song.
cool.
And it was one of the most requested songs we did.
Oh,
So yeah,
nice.
it was really, really cool.
Where would you play? Like school assemblies, or did you take it out and
We took it
places?
out. We were kind of hired for other school band, like for their dances.
Okay.
Elementary school dances. It was a big thing when the high school rock band came to play the elementary school dances.
All right.
We actually played at the London Convention Center for a battle of the bands, and we got like a 4th place, like an honorable mention.
Nice.
So it was really cool. Yeah.
That
It was
is
a
cool.
lot of fun.
I don't think I've ever been to a school dance with a live band before, though. I'm the era of the DJ and the Much
Yeah.
Music video
The
dance
Much
party.
Music video dances. We had those too.
Yeah, that was like a
Yeah.
solid grade 7. What was top music then? That would have been Christina Aguilera and Britney Spears and Aqua and all
Oh.
those Vanga Boys.
That was
You
what,
could
like
be my
late
squeeze
90s?
toy. Yeah, late 90s.
Late 90s, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, those dances. So you would have the Much Music dances of where it was like everyone loved a Much Music video dance. But then you'd have your regular Valentine's dances and stuff like that. Now, Much Music video dance would be the only time everyone would actually like get up and dance because it was awkward. Nobody liked fast dancing ever, right? Because it was like it was weird. And then Much Music video dance is different though, because the music videos and stuff are on. But
Yeah.
any of the other dances, it's either you're slow dancing with somebody or the seas are parted. Boys
Yeah.
on one side, girls the other side. That's been a forever thing, isn't it?
For sure. Were you a wallflower, or were you like on the dance floor the whole night?
No, I was actually pretty shy. I didn't come out of my dancing shell till probably after high school. Like I'm thinking years where I was drunk at a wedding was probably the first time where I went, oh, this was fun. And then it just kind of snowballed from there.
I see.
Uh-huh.
I see.
You know how you're like, oh, we got a wedding to go to this summer. It's always like, oh, there's a wedding.
I hate weddings.
Oh, especially in the summer when it's like outdoors and it's like, oh,
It's
you're
hot.
90 degrees. You got to wear pants. But there hasn't
Wait a
been a
minute.
wedding in so
Wait a minute.
long.
What do you mean you got to wear pants?
You gotta wear
Are
pants.
you normally going to weddings with like top empty, or like top but no pants?
You can't wear shorts to a wedding necessarily. I guess you can, but it depends
Okay,
on how
I see what
formal
you're
it
saying.
is.
I thought you were saying, oh, I gotta put something on my bottom half. What are you talking about? I gotta wear pants.
Just wear a towel.
What kind of weddings are you going to? You'll have to speak up. I'm wearing a towel.
Yeah, I don't think I started dancing really until those days. I do remember that there was like specific dances back in high school that were like choreographed I'm trying to think of one. Like songs,
Macarena?
yeah, like the Macarena or Spice Girls. Stop right now. Thank you very much. That you like everyone knew the dance to. Oh,
Okay.
I'll send that to you sometime.
Okay.
And those ones that get you out on the floor, but then you get all like shy and nervous and split again. But yeah, I at one wedding actually. This is Alyssa's sister's wedding. I got really drunk, and I cleared the
No.
dance floor, and
No.
I danced to "Who Runs the World, Girls" by Beyonce for like the whole song. It's on Facebook somewhere.
Oh, I've seen that.
It's
Yeah.
it's a choice. I went all in on that one.
That was you sure did. You sure did.
But hey, I still remember it to this day. It was obviously a good choice, even if it was embarrassing. It was a good choice because it made it memorable for me.
Can I tell you, I don't know how to dance very well.
You don't. You
No.
have so much rhythm.
I don't have any rhythm.
No, you have
None.
rhythm.
No.
All
No.
right.
I look like Frankenstein out there, just kind of just kind of swaying back and forth. I hated being asked to slow dance because I could not figure out what was going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, now here's the thing though, is I think some people have that same issue at a young age, at
Yeah.
elementary school age, and then they're like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing. And then they just like back away from it. And they're so squashed down by it that they're like so afraid to pick it up again later. And then they never have the opportunity to get stronger because they're afraid of why are you afraid of what people are going to think? Are you just like, I'm trying, it's just not happening?
I'm trying, it's not happening. And then I spend the whole time concentrating on like, okay, I'm trying to count. And then I'm still looking like Frankenstein. I'm like, can I step on your feet? But that's not a good idea for anybody involved. So I don't know if you're hearing this clicking, my idiot dog is just wandering around the house.
Oh, just barely.
Can you hear the clicking? Okay.
Just
I'm sure
barely.
you'll hear it because he's just wandering around. I don't know what the problem is. Lie down.
We both moved places. You're not in your basement and I'm not in my closet right now.
That's true. That's true. I thought I had a little more room to spread out in here.
Well,
And I was actually hoping too that, sometimes I have some connectivity issues.
Yeah, maybe you'll get a little stronger signal up there.
Maybe. Because I can see the Wi-Fi from right here, like the whatever it's called, the box.
So there's no excuses. It's
the magic box with the microwaves coming out of it. Not Tech Wizard.
The router? You mean
Thank
the
you.
router? That's,
Thanks.
yeah.
Is it the router?
It's the router.
Whatever. Anyway, so no, I don't know how to dance very well.
All right. I know what I was going to say. I forgot to say too about weddings. I'm like, so everyone's like, oh, I got to go to a wedding this year. And now that we haven't been able to go to a wedding, I am dying to go to one. I got one in October and I hope we can dance. I like really hope we can dance. There's a chance that we might not be able to.
Your October's filling up, Mikey.
Like you wouldn't believe.
Because you've got this little wedding, but we also have, I'm just going to say it again. We have the Big Brothers, Big Sisters, Oxford's Got Talent.
October 23rd. You can come join us virtually where Laurie, myself, and Dan Henry of Heart FM are going to be judging the various talents of Oxford County, hosted by none other. Oh, I almost got through all that. Hosted by none other than our friend, Greg Morton.
Our very good friend, our best friend of all time now, Greg Morton. Yeah.
And if you haven't had a chance to catch his episode with us, we did that last 2 weeks ago. So check it out, episode number 17 of Out for Coffee. And you can learn a little bit about Greg and what's going on with this Oxford's Got Talent. But yes, I'm very much looking forward to that because we had such a good time last year. It'll be nice to get together with you and do that again.
For sure. And you know what? We need everybody to donate to that. We need everybody to tune in, check out the talent that's going to be in town because it's always a great night. Like last year was such a great night. I had so much fun and we raised quite a bit of money. And so we need you to watch and pledge again.
Yeah.
Whatever you can.
Come on out and help support it because we can certainly, we can use it. We certainly know the kids can use it in our community. They need some mentorship. So let's help them out with that.
For sure. Okay. Yeah. So speaking of kids, let's get back to school days.
Okay.
Sorry, we kind of took it right into.
We're snaking all around this. We're like in all the areas.
I just feel like, we don't get to see each other very much. And I just have so much to say.
We got so much to say. Hey, I feel like Laurie has a good class photo or two kicking around.
I probably do.
Yeah.
I probably do. I'll have to look it up.
I went through and I found old class photos and I lined them all up per grade. And in like 3 of them, I think, I can't remember how many, it's at least 3 of them, I'm wearing the exact same outfit across the span of like 4 years. There's like 1 year I'm like, no, I'm not going to wear that outfit. And then I went back to it. But I'm like, did nobody catch this?
That's funny. That's
I
funny.
look like, no, go ahead.
Well, did you ever see that picture? It's like a compilation of the teacher who wore the same outfit for his yearbook photo for like 30 years.
Yeah, for like decades.
Yes.
And it's like a mustard yellow and brown. And it's like very like, 70s looking or late 60s.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You went from full head to comb over to nothing by the end.
Yeah, I don't think I ever had any like bad school photos, but I also was like, I was there to do a job and I had to be good. And so I never took any risks and did anything silly.
I had a ridiculous yearbook photo for my grade 13 year.
Yeah.
I will share that on our socials.
You'll have to throw it out there so we can all enjoy it.
It is absurd. And I've always wanted to, on picture day as a staff member, do the same thing. And I thought, I can't, but I want to, but I can't.
Like, what if you did though? As a teacher, if you did a silly photo, are you getting in trouble, or are they just like, does it just go under the radar until it's too late?
I guess it depends on who's steering the ship that year.
Right.
You know, some things could just, depends on whose sense of humor, or if there is one.
Right. True.
You got to be very strategic.
Well, maybe if you had a twin, there's Laurie with her proper teacher pose, but then there's like,
there's Miss Schultz, and then there's Miss Schmaltz.
She's always causing a ruckus.
Yeah. No, that's probably Miss Schultz too, always causing a ruckus.
Yeah. And speaking of school dances, so I actually went to 3 different proms.
Okay.
And so I had a girlfriend, imagine that, back in the day.
No.
And she, I went to her prom, and then I went to my prom, and then I had to go back to school for a 5th year, which still wasn't enough. And I had to, and then I got another prom. So I think I hold the world record for amount of proms gone to in my world.
I went to 2.
Oh, okay.
The first prom, my boyfriend wasn't allowed to go with me.
Was he from a different school, or was he like?
No, he was from my school, but he was 1 year older, and he had already been to his prom, so he wasn't allowed to go to a second one. So he sent me with his best buddy, which I was not into.
You didn't sign up for that.
It was not good. But also, I had such a migraine the night of the prom. I had my head down on the table. It was at the convention center in London.
Okay.
Full meal, like it was a beautiful event. And I had my head down on the table, and I was just trying to sleep through the whole thing. I was so sick for that prom.
Oh no! So you didn't have any after parties then?
Not for that one, no. Now the next year, for my grade 13 year, I went solo to that prom, and I looked good. I have pictures of that. And it's really funny because I was wearing a choker. This is back in the 90s when the choker was in.
Right.
Every time I would sneeze, that thing would fly right across the room. I have to go find it and put it back on. It was so great.
People are like ducking.
That's right. And everybody would run. Yeah. No, and which is really strange because I can't believe I would wear a choker. Because I have a necklace on right now, and that it's not tight, but it's as tight as I can stand around my neck. I always feel like I'm being strangled.
Oh, well, is it a green ribbon? And if you take it off, your head will roll off?
My head might fall off. Actually, the choker was green.
Oh, so this is a throwback to when we were talking books, and Laurie shared a story of what was that character's name?
Her name was Jenny, and
Jenny.
It was in the book The Dark in a Dark Wood.
Like reading level 2 or something like
it was
that, wasn't it?
A level 2 reader, and this poor Jenny was married to Alfred, and everybody was wondering why she had this green ribbon around her neck. And she said, I'll tell you one day. And she's on her deathbed. And she says, Alfred, I can tell you now why I'm wearing this green ribbon. Unroll it, unravel it around my neck, and you'll see why I'm wearing it. And he did. And her head fell off.
She lost her marbles.
I will never get enough of that story. Her head fell off. This is why I am the way that I am.
Right. This deeply instilled education of literacy and
the macabre from a very early age. This
right.
is why I'm taking courses on the psychopathic minds, because of this head falling off story when I was, 8 years old.
Right. Well, I'm glad you read it because I get to learn about it all secondhand.
Yes, you do.
You get to
It's
take me
okay.
on this little journey.
It's all right.
Oh.
It's all right. So with prom,
Mhm.
did your prom happen at the school or somewhere else?
Oh, our proms happened. So the first one with my ex, we had it at her school, which is at Cass. So that was
Okay.
at the school. They had a string quartet. I was like, well, that's fancy. It was like lunch in the gym with a string quartet. But it was a vibe. I remember it. So they did something right. And then the other two were both at Huron Park, and they were both in the cafeteria there too. But that was a pretty good. I kind of like that it was there. Like that's another high school memory. Like I feel like
Yeah.
if it was anywhere else, it wouldn't have felt like a high school memory. I don't know.
Fair.
Yeah.
Hey, Rob, did you go to your senior prom?
I wonder.
Sorry about that. Yes, I did go to my senior prom. I'm trying to remember the circumstances, though. I do remember I went with a young lady who was basically just a friend. And we went for no other reason than she didn't want to go alone.
Oh,
And we walked in the door and she was gone. Disappeared.
No.
Yep. And that was.
You just opened a wound.
I'm so sorry, Rob.
That's right. Yeah. So
Oh.
now, having said that, that was sort of formal graduation at grade 12, and back when I was in high school, we still did grade 13, right?
Yeah.
And so the following year, I was lucky enough to be able to ask my girlfriend at the time, who is now my wife, by the way.
Laurie.
Look at
Laurie.
that.
The other Laurie.
Yeah. And so the story does have a happy ending, I suppose.
Oh, good.
Aw. Good, because I was getting a little sad there for a second.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's quite all right. I'll just be over here in the corner.
No.
Crying a
Licking your
little bit.
wounds.
Yeah. I'll
Just
just
singing "It's Raining on Prom Night."
yeah. I'll just leave you now.
Oh, okay, bye, Rob.
Bye.
Well, that did not go as I thought it would go.
No, I will say, Kev. So for prom number 3 for me, Kevin and I were dating at the time, but we weren't comfortable. We were a little afraid to go to school together to prom for that.
Okay.
So we had dates, but like deep down, and our dates were wonderful dates. They were really good dates, but like it was kind of nice because it felt like beards. Yeah.
Speaking of beards, Mike,
look at this fella.
what do you got going on there?
Coming in full hair, right? Oh,
That's right.
I like it because it makes my teeth look whiter than they are.
Okay.
Because it's so dark. It makes my teeth pop.
Yes, it's very, very fluffy.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you for actually having the mustache as well. I know we were talking before the show about how a beard without a mustache, can't do it. No.
Well, when this fella comes off, I can start there and we can see what that looks like. But I can't imagine that looking.
Okay, do that, please.
You want me to start?
Yes, I do. or get rid of the beard and just have like this big, huge, like biker stash.
Oh, but that's like 2 completely different styles. So we need to decide what's going first. Is the mustache going first, or is the beard and leaving the mustache?
Well, you surprise me.
Okay. Well, it doesn't. This actually only takes. This is probably a couple weeks old, so maybe we can do a couple versions of them, and I'll share. Once I had a monkey tail. Have you heard of a monkey tail?
I have not. Sounds like a great drink, though, doesn't it? I'll have a monkey tail on the rocks, please.
Oh, yeah. It's got some banana liqueur in there. Yeah. A monkey tail is when you shave your face, but you leave one sideburn, but the sideburn comes down your chin and all the way up into your mustache and goes there. And it doesn't connect to itself. It's just a little monkey tail.
It seems like a heck of a lot of effort to make yourself look insane.
Yeah. And you know what's actually really unusual is I did this as a joke. It was my friend Sarah was getting married and I was emceeing, and it was the day before and I was shaving, and I did that and sent her a picture being like, hope you don't mind. And she was like, no. And I'm like, okay, I'm not actually going to show up with a monkey tail, but I thought it was funny. So I posted it on Facebook, and then a friend of mine had noticed, she thought it was like National Monkey Tail Day or something, because there's me and there's another guy that we both know that also like at the same time posted his monkey tail. And it's like, what are the chances of us both doing this the same time? It was very bizarre.
That's like being at the nexus of the universe.
Yes.
That's creepy. Please don't ever do that.
Okay, I'll well, maybe once.
Okay, once. For a photo?
I need big hair. I'll grow my hair out more, and then we can like sculpt a little monkey guy up here somehow. Give me a bun or something. We can make a monkey out of it.
All right.
So school.
Yeah. So school. Rob was giving us an indicator that looks like we're running out of time.
We're running out of time.
We're wrapping it up now. We're running out of time. But here's the deal.
What?
I'm not done hearing about school.
We got a lot more of school to talk about, I think.
So
I want to talk report cards and stuff one day with you too. Do we?
Yes. Maybe we do this in 2 parts.
Oh, shall we divide this up?
Maybe we shall.
Second servings?
I want to talk to you also about field trips.
Okay. Yes, let's do that.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's call it a day for now, but join us next time. We're going to be back for part 2 of Back to School. And thanks for coming out and joining us. Thanks for coming out for coffee.
With Mike and Laurie.
We'll see you soon.
Okay. Bye.
Do you have questions, comments, or ideas for a future show? Reach out to Mike and Laurie on their social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, or email us at mikeandlauriesocials@gmail.com.